Hi, my name is Lasse Simoni. I'm the co-founder of Stigefabrikken.dk, which is an online shop specialized in the sales of ladders. In today's market talk, I will tell you a little bit about the discussions and the thoughts we had before deciding on the product, which we now think is the perfect product for a niche web shop. First, a short introduction to the web shop, then a bit about choosing the perfect product. I'll then continue to pros and cons for a niche web shop in general, and also a bit about whether then all shops should be niche shops. First of all, when starting out a year ago, we had an idea about ladders as being a good product for the market, and it started out as being a general need for ourselves when we needed a ladder. We found out the difficulties in shipping a ladder to your home in a car. So first of all, we looked into the market to see whether all niche web shops was already there, and the market structure in general, and also looked into neighboring markets such as Sweden to see how they did it there. They already had a niche web shop in Sweden specialized in ladders. And this is something that indicated to us that perhaps there was a market here. We then looked into the search density on Google to find out if people were really interested in looking online for ladders. And we found out that the density was quite big and could support the idea about only focusing on this product. A third, we looked into the supplier and the general structure of this industry to see how many suppliers was on the Danish market and how easy it was to deal with them in terms of logistics and everything. The fourth point was to look into similar businesses, not only within the sales of ladders, but other web shops were specialized in building equipment or something like that, but also into other niche web shops which had found a unique idea of marketing the product. And this is again both in Denmark, but also in Sweden, which has a very similar culture. Yeah, the first thing that comes to my mind when talking about the advantages for having a niche web shop is how easy it is to get started. Instead of having a big idea of building a web shop, a one-stop web shop for everything, a niche web shop you can build as a minimal viable product, so you can get it to the market very early in the States and test and see if people really are interested in having a specialized deal for this. Secondly, the targeted marketing is very important for us. We can target the marketing very directly to the customer due to the very small focus that we have, and due to that we get less irrelevant traffic. The third point is the fact that we, to a higher extent, can be perceived as a specialist in the field, and this also both help us in the trust from the customer, but also it makes it easier for us to give good support to the customer due to the fact that we only need to know a little bit or a lot about a small area. The fourth point is on a web shop like ours, we can provide a very wide variety within the industry without making it too confusing. My argument is that our competitors who are one-stop shops, they will be very confusing shops if they had the same amount of products as we had within ladders. The same goes for the web shop consistency. When marketing only one product, the whole every page on the website can be directed on this specific product, and the layout for this becomes very consistent. Specific for letters, I see a few good advantages. First of all, it's a really simple product. You don't have to try it on like a shoe before you know if this is a perfect product for you. All you need to know is the material, the sizes, and then the functionalities of the letter. And this makes it very simple for people to choose online. Based on images and text, this is very easy to communicate from us. Then one of the major points, as I mentioned earlier, is the transportation. It's very difficult for anyone, even if they have a car, if they have to fit in an 8-meter long letter into the back seat of a car, it's very difficult. So the conveniency of having the letter shipped directly to your address is something that is very valuable for us. Fourth point is the fact that, again, we can have a very wide variety of letters. There's so many different functionalities within letters, which makes a big market for us. The last point, when we look into similar, or not similar, other niche web shops, which are very popular, then we have ties, butterflies, underwear, and stuff like that. Then compared to that, the average price for a letter is very high, which gives a very good balance of the time consumed for us to do the orders, and then also in terms of how much we earn per order. So it's a very good advantage for us here. In general, there of course are a few disadvantages for having a niche web shop, and this depends a lot on the product. So it varies a lot. For letters, the seasonal part of the product is something we have to keep in mind. The summer sales and the winter sales is very different, although of course people need letters all year round. But for other niche products, such as products for winter sports, it's something that is very important to keep in mind when you need a cash flow to keep your business alive. Secondly, you have to be aware when you choose a product that there are some limitations of how wide you can go afterwards. For instance, we have used letter in our domain name, and this already there limits us to how far we can go away from the core business. So this is very important to look into before you go for a product. You have to see if the width and the depth of the certain product is big enough, has enough volume to actually create a whole market for you. For web shops in general, cross-selling is a big part of the profits that they make. And for a web shop that is specialized in a certain product, it can become difficult to do a lot of cross-selling. With letters, we have a few accessories to put on, but in general, you just need one letter and that's all. So it's difficult for us to sell extra products to the customer when they're already in the shop. So should all shops be niche shops? And of course not. Larger one-stop shops, they have advantages as well. And this is why they're doing as well as they do already. First of all, they have the possibility to do large-scale storage. This is causing a lower cost in general per product. And also, when they have such a large varieties of products in general, it's possible for them to minimize price on one specific area, which can take the price very low and then becomes difficult for niche web shops to compete with them. Secondly, they have very large marketing budgets, which makes it possible for them to go into TV commercials and other very expensive medias. And this is also something that is giving them a lot of value to their brand name. It gives them brand recognition, So when our customers one day are thinking that they need a ladder, the first thing that comes to mind is maybe one of the larger brand names. Fourth, it's very there's a customer group which is very minded on having one shop where they can purchase everything. They don't need to jump between a lot of shops. So it depends a lot on the need and also the personality they have. With one-stop shops, they can also often have a discount membership because it's something you maybe go into to buy every month. And for ladders, for instance, it's not a product that you need every day. It's something you buy and then it lasts for a long time. So to sum up, what should we look for when trying to find the perfect product for a niche webshop? And first of all, look for something that is very convenient to buy online, something that gives it then an extra advantage. And for us, the transportation becomes a very big advantage for us. Then the next thing is the Google search density. Take a look at how big the market is for something that you have an idea about. And sometimes you find out with the mix of brand names and product types and everything that there's actually a very big amount of searches for a very small focus product. This is the same with the width and the depth of the specific product. You need a product which can actually support this idea and give a big enough business for you to actually benefit from only having one shop for this. The competition is always something to look into. If you can be the first mover with a niche web shop in a certain market, you have a very big advantage and becomes very easy recognized and can stand out in the crowd. In the end, the product simplicity is something we look for in everything that we do in our company when deciding on products. And it's in terms of the shipping, the product attributes, and also the whole market structure in general. So keep it simple and you'll definitely have a big advantage there. That's all I have about niche products. So thanks for listening today and good luck with your next product.